What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jasmine Cáceres, for those who don't know me yet. And yeah, before we get started with this video, I'm gonna make a quick announcement, and it's gonna be a little bit of a change to the channel. So instead of being called Everything Jazz, which is what I thought that I was gonna call the channel, we're gonna go with just Jazz. It's definitely more catchy, shorter, quicker, and I want to say thanks to my girlfriend and her mom who suggested me to make the change. And I don't know how in the heck I didn't dumb about that at first. It's definitely like the perfect name for it. So we're going now with just Jazz. All right. So let's get back into this video. So 2v2 match. This is my first like YouTube match, I guess I could call it. And yeah, it was a blast. I hadn't played like a match in this format that we did in forever, probably since like 2018 or so. So it was pretty exciting. It was EJ Major and Caden Wimberly against Evan Durbin and myself, Jasmine Cáceres. So this was a pretty cool video. This was a pretty cool match, like I said. What we decided to do is that we're gonna play the first 6 holes, 2-man scramble. So it was EJ and Caden, and then me, Evan, and myself, and then we just like played those first 6 holes, like just literally like a scramble, like hit a shot, choose the best one from the two, and play from there, whatever. Then the next 6 holes, we decided to play alternate. So I decided to go off on the odd holes. So I started on 7, 9, 11, and then Evan decided to tee it off on the odd holes. So he went off at 8, 10, and then 12. Yeah. So we did that for those next 6 holes, and then the last 6 holes, we just played best ball. So each one of us played the hole out, and then between EJ and Caden, whatever their best score was, they chose that one, and that's the score that counted for the hole. And between Evan and myself, we played the hole out, and whichever one had the best scores, we chose that one. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, like I'm so excited for you guys to see it. So let's dive right back into the action. Let's go.
Alright guys, so here we are on hole number 1. I'm gonna hit driver. The flag was on the left side of the green, so I'm just gonna be aiming towards the left side of the rough area. It's just the best angle to hit from, so let's see how it goes. Actually hit it really well with a draw, the flag just drifting a little bit to the left side of the rough, but it was in great shape. So here's Evan. So after I knocked it over there pretty well, he's just gonna grip it and hit it, and grip it and rip it, I should say, and just let's see where it goes. So he actually hit a really good shot. It took a back kick, but it actually put him in a great position. Better angle than the one that I had into the green. So here's Caden. Let's see how Caden can do. Just like always, he striped it down the middle. This guy's a beast. So here's EJ. Let's see how he does. A little bit of a pull draw, but it actually turned out to be in great position. So this was where Evan's C shot ended at. It kicked left, but it actually put us in a great position because we had a better angle into the screen. The screen is like, it's like not deep at all. Like, so you want to just like be on either side and just kind of like attack it from the side. So it was a great position that he left us here. So the Bermudas, the greens that we have in Plum Creek, there are Bermudas, and they're pretty dormant right now. Because of the winter. So he's gonna play a little bit of a bounce here. Hit it well, just overflew the target by a little bit. So let's see if I can do a little better in that. Same idea, just bounce it on the front and let it run up. And actually executed the shot pretty well, pulled it a little bit, but turned out to be only like 12, 15 feet for birdie. So EJ and Caden, they hit a great shot into the green, and uh, this is their birdie putt. They're about the same distance that we were. It was a great putt and almost went in, just over borrowed a little bit and played a little bit too much break. He's gonna go and tap it in for par. So they're in for par. So now Caden can be aggressive and try to get that birdie for them to go one under after one. Really good putt too. Just hit it a little bit too hard on this line that he shows. So uh, they're in for par. So let's see if we can either match them with par or do a little bit better and take the one up leap after one hole with a birdie here.
Like a ball or two to the left, at most.
At most, yeah.
I'm gonna play the save route and just go more break. Just try to go like get it somewhere around. Alright, I'm gonna try to play two balls. Or just a little under.
Hit a pretty good putt. Just again, kind of like over borrow it a little bit. Played too much break for the speed that I played it. I went ahead and tapped it in for our par. So we're in for par. So now Evan can be aggressive with his birdie putt and try to steal one stroke from them and take that one up leave after one hole. So let's see how he does.
Has some tree trouble. But his shot turned out to be in a great line too, so you got it, Evan.
Pretty good putt again. Just over bar, play a little bit too much break. So yeah, so here what happened was that we had great tee shots. We had decent approach shot, layup shots. EJ and Caden actually stuck it to like 5 feet. That's the ball that you can see right there. And me and Evan didn't execute on our second shot. And we actually, uh, yeah, we left it short pretty bad. But we were trusting in our short again. So let's see if we can uh, get it close to make our up and down for par, or if one of us can chip it in for birdie. So here Evan played a pretty good shot. Just pulls it a little bit, but left himself about like 3 feet for his par. So now I knew I could be aggressive and just like try to make it as much as I could. So let's see if I can do that or not. Oh, so almost did. Actually hit a great chip shot. It was right at it, just didn't hit it hard enough for it to run out and go in. So we're in for par. Let's hope that, I guess me and Evan are hoping now that EJ and Kaden miss this putt, but they don't miss from this range. So let's see what happens. Yep, great putt. So they made birdie on hole number two, and now they took a one up lead. So here in hole number three, we hit pretty great tee shots, all four of us. Then EJ and Caden, they hit pretty decent approach shot. They shows it's about probably like 12, 15 feet. No, I'll say closer to 10 feet down the hill, right to left for birdie. And then we have over here about like 18 feet for our birdie. But they were ready, so they decided to go ahead and putt first. decent putt, just uh, had a great line, just hit a little bit too hard, but he decided to go ahead and tap it in for his par. And so yeah, let's see. Yeah, it pretty much was identical putt to the one that EJ hit. Great line, just hit a little bit too hard. So yeah, they're in for par. So now we have me and Evan this birdie putt for about 18 feet. Let's see how we can do. Really bad stroke. Can see that I sort of like went inside and then like try to push to the right side. But so yeah, now Evan can be aggressive here in this putt. Uh, I mean, like I hit it. I didn't hit it bad. I didn't show some bad line. It's just I hit a horrible putt. Just shut down the face, but had inside to right path. So that's why I pulled it really bad. Decent stroke, just over bottom it a little bit. So we're in for par, and they still EJ and Kaden still one up on me and Evan going into the fourth hole. So here's Kaden approach shot. Let's see how he does. Pretty solid. It was just right at the flag, and then it like started trolling with the wind a little bit to the right, but finished just short right at the green, and that's a great position to be on this hole. So let's see if EJ can hit the actual green or just be somewhere around where Caden is, which is the perfect spot to miss the screen if you're gonna miss it at all. Not bad. Again, actually kind of started at where Caden's ball ended at, and then it faded to the right side of the hole. So, but I mean, Caden had a great shot in there, so they just went ahead and went with that. So no big deal. So here's Evan. Uh, let's see how he does. He's been striking his irons pretty well, so let's see how he can do. Pretty solid. It's just the same thing. The wind was pretty strong and started pretty much where Caden's ball was at, and then it faded to the right side. Uh, so now that I saw those two shots throw like that, I decided to grab one more club and hit sort of like a knockdown shot. So you're gonna be seeing some L2O action right now. Yep, it was right at it, trailed a little bit, and just finished besides where Caden's ball was. So let's see where we are once we get to the green. So here's where my shot ended up. I actually told Evan, I was like, "Hey, dude, let's make this one. Like, let's ship it in." So let's see what happens.
Yeah, go in.
And boom, I call it.
Yeah, let's
Shipping
go.
for Evan for birdie on hole number 4. So that was EJ's birdie putt right there. Uh, Not a bad putt, great speed, just uh, didn't bet it right. So let's see if Caden can do better. Had a ride on it, just didn't hit it.
Go.
So they made
Good
par, we
par.
made birdie. We took one stroke away from this, so now we're all square going into hole number 5. So we all hit decent tee shot. We hit uh, decent approaches, but actually Ian and Caden they were a little bit short. So that putt that you stop where the ball is right there for EJ and Caden, that's actually gonna be their uh par putt because their approach ended it like in the short like left side of the green. So they hit a decent putt. I mean, just try to get it there, and they pass the hole by I would say about like 6 feet. Uh, so yeah, so they're getting ready to try to make that putt for par, and then me and Evan, I actually we chose my shot, and we had about like 21, 24 feet for our birdie. It's actually a very difficult putt because it has a lot of left to right movement, and it's downhill pretty fast. So let's see if I can do a little better stroke than the one I did on hole number 3. Yeah, again, I knew I was gonna move a lot from left to right, but still playing way too much break. And I mean, that putt is so fast, and I mean, I know it because this is my home course and I play here pretty much every day, but still, that putt always gets me how fast it is. It's so deceiving. Uh, so that's kind of like what I was telling Evan after I hit my putt and like right as I left where my approach ended. It's like, hey, like it's just a lot faster. But Evan doesn't play in our course, so let's see if he can capitalize here for our birdie.
Oh yeah.
Same thing, good putt, just hit it a little bit too hard. Like, I mean, that putt is ridiculously fast, so uh, we still have some work left for our par. But here's EJ and Caden with their par attempt. So let's see if they can make that par putt in. Uh, yeah, just go from there. Pretty good putt. I think first they were thinking to play like they played like inside left, and I think that that's where the lift out came from because then Caden goes like, okay, I'm actually gonna play it center left, and yeah, let's see what happens with Caden's putt. Solid. Yeah, great putt by Caden. They are in for par. So let's see if me and Evan can capitalize here and make our par putt and go all square through 5 holes of this match. Yep, good par. So we're all square going into hole number 6.
It's pretty straight.
So in hole number 6, we actually all of us hit great tee shots. Uh, we hit pretty much identical approaches shots into the green. We were just a little bit longer. I would say about like 2 3 feet longer than what they had, and for a more straighted angle into the hole. Um, so here's EJ putting for his birdie. See how he does. Pretty good putt, good speed. Just misread it, so uh, he's gonna go ahead and tap it in for their par. So he can free up now Caden and try to make that birdie putt coming up.
I'm gonna go like a little green dot.
Pretty good stroke. We thought that I was going to in for sure, but yeah, a little bit too hard for the line that he shows. So they're in for par.
Evan, I
Let's
see
see if we
like
can
two.
match that or
I see like one ball
get
to the left,
a
or maybe
birdie
like
and
ball
take that one up lead before we go into uh,
like right here.
alternate format. Uh, like I said, we have about like 27, like I'll say 24, 27 feet. This is actually a very deceiving putt again because we're actually sitting right on like a slope. So the slope is moving one way, but the green is moving the other way. So kind of like the break cancels out. Uh, and I know this, but I didn't main my playing partner aware of that factor. Uh, that pretty much the break was going to cancel out, and uh, yeah, let's see how we do. So again, not a bad putt from my part, uh, but just because of the slope and how much the green actually at the hole like moves to the other way, uh, I just play way too much break and misread it, and uh, we were playing for one side of the hole, and after I saw that, like I told Evan to just kind of adjust his line and see what he could do, but uh, let's see if that adjustment that I made was good enough. So you just saw me tapping in for our par, so we're in for par. Evan can be aggressive and try to get that one up lead going into hole number 7. Great putt. Actually started right where I told him, but again, like I said, the break cancels out and it's a straight putt, and we can figure that out. So we made par. We're all square going into hole number 7. So, like I said earlier in the video, EJ's gonna tee off on the odd holes. I'm gonna tee off on the odd holes. Caden and Evan are gonna tee off on the uh, what do you call it? Forgot. But anyways, we're gonna be teeing off on the even holes. That's what you call it. And so let's see how EJ does in this drive. He roasted it down the middle.
Very nice.
Great tee shot by EJ. They're in prime position with a wedge in hand. So here's me. I'm getting ready to play my tee shot here on hole number 7. Even though that this fairway does allow like for the distance to hit driver, especially when it was like as cold as it was yesterday, there was like low 50s, high 40s. I still always like to hit like at most like my 2-iron, just because I want to make sure that I don't run out of fairway. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right here. I'm gonna try to hit a 2-iron down the left center of the fairway. Perfectly executed, just down the left center of the fairway, prime position with a wedge in hand for Evan. So yeah, I don't remember the distance that we had here, but I know Evan had a wedge in hand. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had 54 or 50 in hand. So it must have been like 95, like almost like a 110-yard shot. So let's see how Evan can do. So he didn't make a good swing, kind of just got ahead of it and blocked it and hit it a little bit fat. But it was just short of the green and actually great position. And with my short game, I should have definitely like gotten it close. So let's see if I did that or not. So here's Caden, has about 75 yards. Pretty much identical shot to the one that Evan hit. You think that was just he pulled it, but their shot was in a lot better position than ours. So this looks like a very simple, straightforward chip shot, but it's actually pretty tough. Short-sided, running away, but let's see if I can get it close. Landed it perfectly with spin, but like I said, that's downhill, short-sided, running away from you.
There you go.
I don't think I could have done a lot better than that. Maybe if I just landed it on the fringe, but yeah, we still had like 4 feet for par. So here's EJ. He definitely chipped the shot. We thought that it was going in for sure, and then just like died right before it got to the hole. So it was like give me range. So we gave it to them. So they're in for par. So now Evan has his putt to make a par as well and tie this thing up and still go all square into hole number 8. Great putt. Just again hit a little bit too hard on the speed on the line that he shows. So we bogey, they par.
Hey, that's gonna be fine.
They're one up on us. So again, Evan had his best swing here. Kind of got ahead of it. So he was like on the right side, short of the green. Here's Caden. Let's see how he can do. He hit a great shot. Came out a little bit short because he got a little fat, but it was right at the flag, and they're gonna have about 30 feet for birdie down the hill. So this for Evan's shot in there at. I have a pretty straightforward shot, about 30 yards. So I just wanted to hit something like 25% of the way there and just let it run. And that's exactly what I did. And I could have run out a little bit more, but still, I left Evan about 2.5 feet, 3 feet for our par. So let's see if EJ can make the spot for birdie. Oh, it's tracking, and it just died right at the end. So they have like 3-4 feet for par coming up. So this is Evan trying to make our up and down 2.5 to 3 feet. Great putt. Pulled it a little bit, but it actually went in. So that's the important part. So here's skating for their par of him. Same thing. Pulled it. He missed it and had a bogey. So we're all square going to hole number 9. So hole number nine, we both made birdie, so we're all square. Then I think we were all square through 10, then 11. They got one up on us, so they're one up here on hole number 12. So that's actually hole number three. We just decided to play the front nine twice because it will be faster. Kaden had a great tee
Yes.
shot.
Great shot.
Evan had a great tee shot too. He didn't like it, but it was in prime position. So this one he left me with about 130 yards downwind out of the rough. So I decided to hit it full 52, but didn't keep in consideration how cold it was. So the ball wasn't going to fly as much. And uh, yeah, so after I hit it, great strike and all that, but like left it just short. If it would have carried like 3 more yards, it would have been like probably like 3, 5 feet at most. So a little unfortunate, but yeah. So here's where Caden's and EJ's approach shot ended at.
Good shot.
Caden decided to chip that shot, and he left it about like 3 feet for the par. So let's see if they can make the up and down. So this is where my shot ended at. So as you can see, there's a little bit of ridge right there, and I was trying to just only like ride after it and let it run down to the hole and caught the ridge. And yeah, it wasn't great, and that's why
So
it came so short. So everyone tried to play for the hero shot and play the float shot and went past the hole. So then we had it done literally the same putt that we had earlier on three for par instead this time. Great putt by me. Just hit it too hard on that line that I showed. So we made bogey and EJ tapped in for par. So they're actually two up on us. Uh, we got hole number three after we par and hole number four after we par and they bogey. So we're only one down. I hit a great tee
good
shot
shot.
here on hole number five, just down the right side of the fairway. See how EJ can do. Blocked it to the right side, but that ball was actually in play, so he was fine. See how Caden can do here. Great drive. He
Yeah.
hit it right down the left side of the fairway, so it was in prime position. So Evan now can grip it and rip it again, just like as we did on hole number one on this match. So let's see if he can hit a great drive out there and put himself in prime position.
Yes.
Yep. So that's tap and birdie for me.
So I know you're probably wondering why there's no more footage or video film after I tap in for that birdie on hole number five. Well, the second time I played it, so I'm gonna call it 5.2. Yeah, I'm sure you're wondering why we stopped there. So we were actually in a rush to get to Carson. We were one of the latest tee times to go also, and it played so slow that day. So that's why we actually played the front nine twice. So we were in a rush to get to Carson. So yeah, we couldn't film like all those shots, which is unfortunate because on that hole, 5.2, on my second shot, I actually like made it on the fly, and then it bounced like just short of the hole, skipped like took one hop, stopped, spun back, and it almost went in back again. Like when it back spun towards the hole, it just ended like I guess like it was like I don't know like 8, 9 inches away from the hole. So yeah, unfortunate but still a great birdie. So then on the next hole, hole number six, I actually hit a horrible tee shot, kind of blocked it to the right. EJ, Caden, and and Evan, they were in great shape down the middle of the fairway. So I sort of like punched out because I knew Evan was gonna hit he was gonna hit the green. We have played the hole earlier and he had hit a great shot, so I knew he was gonna hit the green. So I just punched out. I was actually in a great position to play. EJ, Caden, and Evan hit great shots into the green. Then I hit my third shot. Not bad. I think I had like 18 feet for par. Lipped out that putt. So now we have at least I have bogey. Then EJ and Caden, they actually went and put it, and then they uh, they just both two putted for par, and then Evan went on to two putt as well for par. So at this point in the match, we're 2 down on them. So then we go to hole number 7. We all play the hole pretty much as you should have played it. Hit fairway, hit green, and then we all tapped in for we all 2 put it for par. So we still 2 down with 2 to go. So yeah, me and Evan, we're not in great position right now. Then we go to hole number 8, and again, I really wish that we would have been filming because I hit another great shot. It was a P wedge from 137 into the wind. Hit it dead, like I hit it dead towards the flag. It didn't move like at all, and like it lands just short of it, scoots by the hole. Then I live myself 6 feet for birdie. They all hit great shots into the green too, so they actually went on first and 2 put it and put it, and they all 2 put it, and then I went ahead and actually converted the 6-footer for birdie. So that was pretty exciting, and it was like great to just get that because we really needed it. If I'd have made that birdie, we were like losing the match on hole number 8.2, which was like 17. So yeah, and then we went on to hole number 9.2, 18, and again, horrible tee shot by myself. It was actually not as bad as the 106. I just kind of overcut it. I was trying to hit like this low cut and just like get it down there in the middle of fairway with 3-wood and just like overcut it. It was fine. It landed on play, and then I don't know what happened. And then whenever like it hit over there on the right side of the fairway, just kick actually right side of the rough. It kicked right, went into the water house on the right side of hole number 9 here at Plum Creek. And yeah, I knew I was putting Evan in a bad position, but he actually hit a great shot. Got unlucky though, because he hit it down the middle of the fairway and it bounced left. So now he had like some tree trouble to deal with that we're gonna get to that in a second. EJ and Caden hit great tee shots, so they were in prime position. So I tried to hit the hero shot from where I was. I had 265, a little bit up the hill, not much. There was like no wind at that point. It was a little bit right to left, and this is where I made. I didn't make a mistake. It was just gonna be difficult to put a shot because of the circumstances. The wind was right to left. I needed to hit this sort of like elevated, like left to right cut with 3-wood from after taking my drop, and I hit it dead straight at the target, and the wind took it, put it OB. I was out of the hole. Then Evan, after he saw me do that, he tried to hit the hero shot from where he was. He needed to hit on another sort of like low cut and just try to get it up there. And the same thing, hit it dead straight out of target, went OB. So after that happened, we just conceded the hole to them. And yeah, they ended up beating us 2-up. It stung to lost my first, I guess, like 2v2 match on YouTube. But yeah, it's fine. I'm like super happy for EJ and Caden. They played outstanding that day. Me and Evan struggled a little bit, but still, I think that if we would have kept like our own score, we would have still. I know I shot like around 77, and then Evan would have shot something around there too. So it wasn't bad. It's just not good enough for how EJ and Caden played that day. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, subscribe, hit the notifications button, like it up, and share it. Thank you. Appreciate the support, guys. Peace.